Howdy, I'm Trader Gray. Welcome back. I'm playing Magic the Gathering Arena, and in this video, I'm going to be upgrading Stomp Stomp. Before I dive right into the upgraded version and the cards that I'm going to be using, I'm going to just take a quick gander and show you guys the original version of Stomp Stomp. If you don't want to see the original version or the cards in it involved, you can skip ahead. I've placed timestamps below where you can even skip ahead to the deck upgrade or the gameplay at hand and final thoughts as well. So, okay, the original Stomp Stomp. My original version was might be a little different from some of y'all's. In October 12th, Escape to the Wilds was banned. So it was actually sitting right here. And what wasn't here was this card, Rada, Heart of Keld. But because it's banned, the version that they're giving for people joining Arena and completing the color challenge is this version. So it's this version that I'm taking and upgrading. And so I'm just going to do a quick, deck dive and explain the cards, and then I'll go into the upgrade. Okay, so starting with the 1-drops. Almighty Brushwag. It's a creature that has trample, and if we put 4 into it, 3 colorless, 1 broccoli or forest, however you want to call it, it's a forest. Almighty Brushwag gets +3/+3 until end of turn. 2 Rimrock Knights for the 2-column drops. It is an adventure, so on the adventure side, we can do target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. And on the other side, we can cast it for 2, get a 3/1, but he can't block. We get 2 Scorching Dragonfires. That it's an instant, deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If that would die this turn, or planeswalker, creature or planeswalker, exile it instead. 3 Unleash Fury. It's double the power of target creature until end of turn. 3 Elysian Caryatid. I don't know how you want to say that. I just call them Elysians. It's a creature plant that's a 1/1, but it can add 1 mana of any color. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, add 2 mana of any 1 color instead. Nesian Horn Beetles. I have 2 of these that we get at the beginning of combat on your turn. If you control another creature with power 4 or greater, put a 1/1 counter on Nesian Horn Beetle. And 2 Ram Throughs, where it's an instant, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. If the creature you control has trample, excess damage is dealt to that creature's controller instead. 1 Bone Crusher Giant, which is nice. It's very cool that we get this for free for just completing a color challenge. So this is our 3-column drop, and so we can stomp for 2. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Stomp deals 2 damage to any target. And on the other side, we can cast this for 3 for a 4/3 giant. And of course, whenever he becomes a target of a spell, the Bone Crusher Giant deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. So 2 Dream Stalker Manticores, enchantment creature. And whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, Dreamstalker Manticore deals 1 damage to any target. Some Hornbrash Mentors. This enters the battlefield, put a trample counter on target non-human creature you control. And then we can pay 3 and then tap him to put a 1/1 counter on each creature we control with trample. The first Iron games create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token, and then we can put 3 +1/+1 counters on target creature we control for phase 2. Phase 3 is if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw 2 cards, and then on 4 we can create a gold token. Rada, Heart of Keld, the legendary creature who is an elf warrior for 3/3. As long as it's your turn, we get first strike. You may look at the top card of your library anytime, and you may play lands from the top of your library as well. Rada gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of lands you control. Warden of the Chain. It has trample and it's a 4/4, but it cannot attack unless we control another creature with power 4 or greater. Leafkin Avenger. This is our 4-drop column. We can add a green for each creature with power 4 or greater we control. Or we can add 8, 1 red, 7 colorless. Leafkin Avenger deals damage equal to its power to target player or planeswalker. Rampart Smasher. This is a 5/5 giant. Rampart Smasher can't be blocked by knights or walls. Terror of the Peaks, very nice mythic card that you get in this deck. It's a flying 5/4. Spells your opponent's cast that target this costs an additional 3 life to cast, and whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Terror of the Peak deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. Very nice. Return to the Wild Speaker instant, choose 1, draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creatures you control, and then non-human creatures we control get +3/+3 until end of turn. You do have to pick one. Then it gives us some Volcanic Salvos, which at first I dismissed this, but because this deck is beefy, let's pay attention to the sentence here. The spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total power of creatures we control. Volcanic Salvo deals 6 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures and or planeswalkers. That is amazing. So you could have quite a few creatures down and this only be 2 red mana. and that's happened plenty of times with me. So I would love to add more of this into the deck. I think it's really handy because we're just going to be spamming creatures out. But let's go straight, before we go straight into the upgrade, let's just finish this out with the lands. Of course, you got 9 red mountains, 10 forests, 4 rugged highlands. It gives you this right off the bat. You know, it comes into the play tap, and then of course we can gain a life as well. And then it adds 1 red or green. Temple of Abandon. It comes into play tapped, and of course it will scry for 1 and also give us 1 red or green. So very nice 2-color deck, Gruul deck if you want to call it that. I just call it red and green because I'm old-fashioned from the 90s. But yeah, Gruul deck, whatever. It's not bad. It's not bad. So I actually played it, and I recommend anyone who's upgrading any kind of deck that you get, play it 5 times. Play it 5 times. Get the feel for it, all right? And then when you upgrade it, play it some more times. You know, play it more and then change out some cards. Play it more and change out some cards. So if you want to catch the evolution of where this deck got upgraded, you can come over to the Twitch channel, Trace the Gray, just like it's spelled here. You can catch the VOD from this video. It'll be probably there for a little bit, and then it gets automatically deleted after 45 days, but you can catch the entire night where I had different versions of this being tweaked. And of course, we come up into our final version, which also lands us into a positive win ratio. So it doesn't, building a deck is fun, and you can get involved with it, and it sometimes takes a while. So never get discouraged. Always try to improve and always just tweak it a little bit more. And then sometimes things are made known to you after you play it, and you're like, I gotta get rid of this guy, you know, and there's a reason. So, okay, let's talk about the upgrade. So this is the upgraded version for Stomp Stomp. Before you go any further with this, if you are a brand new player to Arena and you haven't gotten any promo codes or any packs, free packs or anything like that, check out my Discord below. You can check in the description. Go to the Discord. It's free. Check out the Magic the Gathering channel within it. And then when you're there, click on the little thumbtack that's above, and that will show you any pinned messages, and you'll be able to see a website that takes you straight to a place where it's updated every month with codes that work in the store over here. When you go to the store, you enter your codes, you can get free packs. Free packs give you free cards. Opening those packs will get you wild cards. And if you don't know what wild cards are, do a little search within my channel and you'll find a video for that. It'll show you how they're made, what to do with them, how to create cards, and then come back to here to the upgrade. because you can upgrade this for free as a beginner player, more than likely, and I'll explain how. Before I get into the nitty-gritty details of how this is free, I'm just going to quickly go over the deck and the tech, and then I'll explain how it's essentially free for someone who's just joined Arena, okay? 2-drop columns. Notice we don't have any 1-drop columns. I did experiment with this, having some innkeeper, edgewall innkeepers, and then thought about adding some serpents in it, stone coil serpents, but I decided, you know what? This actually plays great just going straight into the 2s, because our 1-drops come from our Lovestruck Beast. If we happen to get this in our hand, that's okay. We got a 1-drop, and then we got some plenty turn 2s and plenty turn 3s, and of course, we got our late game cards. So in our 2-drop column, we kept the Scorching Dragonfires. I'm not going to go over this card again because it's discussed in the original version of Stomp Stomp. Same thing with the Elysians. I did add some ram throughs. I did add 2 more ram throughs. Okay. I took out the Nessian Horn Beetles and added Scavenging Oozes because that is a natural upgrade for those cards. Plus, it allows us to gain some life, also trim some of the graveyard on the opponent or our own, and it just makes us a little beefier. Brushfire Elementals. I didn't quite start off with these when I was making this deck, but I ended with them actually quite fast because I realized getting that early pressure, that life total going down, and of course, if we're able to trade with them at the same time on something bigger and nastier, that's fine. That's great. Because sometimes our opponent feels pressured when their life total starts going down, especially when you involve it with the Evolving Wilds. So I took out the 4 Rugged Highlands and put the 4 Evolving Wilds, and granted, it's not a rare card, so it's actually a common card. This is just art from the secret layer, so forgive the little gold asterisk there that you see, the little star comment, whatever, but it is a common card. When this comes down with this in play, it brings it up to a 3/3, and then when you sack this, of course, it ends up being a 5/5. With Grumgully in place, this is going to be a 2/2 when it hits the board, and then it's going to be a 4/4 and then a 6/6. So, and we'll talk about Grumgully here in just a minute. But Brushfire Elementals, great for getting some pressure on early. They have haste. They can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. And of course, the landfall is whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Brushfire Elemental gets +2/+2 into turn. The Giants in our 3 columns. I added 3 more Giants to this. I added 4 Lovestruck Beasts. On the adventure side, we can play it for 1, create a 1/1 white human creature token, and on the other side, for 3, we get a 5/5 creature. Very nice. And the Lovestruck Beast can't attack unless you control a 1/1 creature. We have that covered with the Lovestruck Beast Adventure. We have it covered with our Brushfire Elementals, and we have it covered with our Elysians as well. So the Thrashing Bronodons are pretty neat in this deck. It's a 3/4 for a 3, and we can also sacrifice it to destroy a target artifact or enchantment. It's nice. It gives us some flexibility for the deck. I've added 2 of these, and while you could argue that you could add some Gem Razors to this, the Bronodons work better in my opinion, because the Gem Razors work really good when you have creatures that have counters on them that it can go over and mutate and become like if you had a Stone Coil Serpent that was a 3/3, it becomes a 7/7 Gem Razor. But with this gives us some flexibility because we don't have a lot of counter action going on other than Grumgully and of course our Great Hinge, but we'll go into that later. But I mean, it's not heavy on counters, right? So I feel the Thrashing Bronodons work in this deck. Plus it's uncommon, so it's a little easier, friendlier as far as getting this upgraded. So there you go. The Grumgully, the Generous. The Grumgully. No, it's just Grumgully. He's a 3/3. Each other non-human creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional 1/1 counter on it. Everything in this deck is non-human except for the 1/1 white human creature token that is made. So Grumgully will make everything in this deck get a 1/1 counter on it. Very nice, very handy, and very scary for our opponent sometimes, especially when we just keep stacking. Rada, Heart of Keld, we talked about that in the original format. Tear of the Peaks, we did the same, and Return of the Wild Speaker also. So we kept those. We trimmed off some of the 3s and the 4s, and you know those wall smashers. The guy that's on the art here. I had Questing Beasts in here, and then I decided I took those out. Instead of having Questing Beasts, I threw in Great Hinges, and I'll explain why, because of course it's for the beginner friendly version of this deck. Keeper of Fables, though, is our 5-drop for 4. It's a 4/5 cat, and whenever one or more non-human creatures we control deal combat damage to a player, we get to draw a card. So this gives us some draw synergy with our creatures. The Great Hinge also gives us some draw synergy as well. You could throw in Toski. Let me go ahead and pull up Toski here for you guys. You could. It's indestructible and can't be countered, right? And it does everything that the Fable does, except it's a rare card. And again, I'm trying to keep this beginner friendly as much as possible. So Keeper of the Fables, being an uncommon card, went in instead. 2 Great Hinges. There is one free if you go to your local game store, comic store, anything like that. And any place that sells Magic, they might have some promo codes for Critter Corpse. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing it. Critter Core. If you get a Critter Core deck, it gives you a Great Hinge. So that's great. So you could get one for free in the Critter Core, and then you could just add one more to this deck, and that's just one mythic that you add to this deck. The Volcanic Salvo is, of course, kept in this. We kept the 9 mountains, the 10 forests, the Temple of Abandon. Of course, like I said, I've already added the Evolving Wilds. Now, let's talk about deck cost and why this is free for a beginner. If you are new to Arena, you got this deck unlocked, you've finished all of your Color Challenge series, you've built up some packs on the side by completing some of your dailies by completing your Color Challenge, and you're looking to upgrade a deck and you're like, what should I do? You've opened up all your promo codes, your free packs. That's where this deck becomes free, because you have wildcards now. When I first joined Arena and I was completing some of my Color Challenge series, I decided I'm going to start upgrading the deck. I had around 12. It was 14 uncommons, and I if I'm not mistaken, I did have 12 rares. I try to keep it 10 and under just for the videos. Sometimes I kind of go over that, take it up to 11, but I try to keep it 10 and under to keep it beginner friendly. And I did have 2 rares, 2 mythic rares as far as wildcards go. So I typically do not go over 2 in a deck. Even though, like I said, you can get one for free if you get the Critter Core. You get 1 Great Hinge for free. Not bad. And it just adds so much synergy to this deck. So, as far as mythic rares go, 2 or 1, based on what I just said there about the Critter Core. And then let's count how many rares. We added 3 giants, 4 beast. Where are you? And 2 scavenging oozes. So that's 9. We've added 9. Yeah, just 9. I had to double check. Myself. We have 9 rares in the deck. That is under our 10. That's perfect. That is perfect for this. Could you add one more Rada? Oh, yes. You definitely can. And it probably would not be a bad idea, okay? I just kept it 60 to a minimum, and I kept it like this. So it works. It's great. And definitely, you could definitely do another Rada. You certainly can. She's badass. As far as uncommons go, let's see, 4, 6, 9, 11. That's doable. That's doable. You might end up with 10, you might end up with 14, but that is certainly doable for a beginner. Okay. So this deck can be built basically for free. It can be. So without further ado, thank you for watching this. I got some gameplay footage coming up. Let me know if you liked the video, if you didn't like the video, if there was certain things you'd like to see in the future, or if you take this deck and play it through ranked, let me know how far you get. Leave a comment below. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Certainly helps out the channel. And if you want to catch me on Twitch, it's Tratus of Gray, just like it's spelled here. And I will see you all on the next. Okay, not bad of a hand, not bad. Definitely playing green first. Sorry, opponent. Okay, let me pour this into my cup. Looks like I'm not going to get a chance. I'll do this for right now because I don't know what he's got, right? So we'll save our giant, maybe. Yeah. Choose a non-creature, non-land, which I don't have anything. This is actually pretty good. We can straight up exile that. And I can play the ooze and smack for 1. Oh, we lost Grumgully. Well, if I get another land, it's going to be good times. There goes that. Oh, that will do it. Of course, it'll come in tapped. So we're going to have to use our little guy here. But at least we got the hinge down. And we smack in for 6. Murderous Rider coming into play. Oh, got land. That hurts. And they know we don't have anything to play, so I'm just gonna play it so we don't miss our drop. Because if I had a creature, I would be playing it. That's for sure. Oh my gosh. What? You know what? I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to say no attacks. In turn. So he gains 2 life. I get it back. He's gonna play something else here. Yep. Oh, that's better. Okay. Well, we're gonna go 2 to the face. Gosh dang. Smack for 1. All right. Got a 5-4 down. Gary comes down. Oh, baby. Now, could I have used that on him? Nope, it's just target creatures and planeswalkers. I had to make sure. Yeah, it's Evolving Wilds. Take it. Oh, wait, you can't take lands, right? Yeah. Well. Might as well get our swinging in. Does he have something to get rid of the giant? He takes 2 points of health. He's gonna take it? Okay. I think he messed up there. Supposed to block the giant. I could get rid of the questing beasts for a great hinge. 2 of them. All right. Mono white. Here we go. Well, 1 speaker down. Okay. Giant killer. No blocks. Alrighty. Not bad. Life gain, okay. I got some ram throughs. There's a giant being played. It brings it up to a 3. I think I'll save it maybe for another Hollowed Priest, because you know that's kind of his game. I think we'll go ahead and get this down now. Yeah. And if he wants to block with those, I'm perfectly fine with that. All right. I'm tempted just to go for it. But I might draw into some more. I mean, it's just two hit points for now. He definitely has another play. What is it, though? I'm curious. You have something, unless you've stopped it, right? So I think we need to get rid of the Linden. Yep, I take 2. Okay. Hallowed Priest comes down, protected, gets a 2. I do have other removal in my deck. There goes another giant killer. He takes 2. This is awesome. I'll gladly take out the, or I was gonna say, like, I think you need that for what you're about to, because gaining a life is pretty good here. And then you can play that, put a counter on. There you go. Destroy target artifact and enchant, but it is indestructible, so I'm not going to fall for it. We do need to get rid of the Orator, though. We have to get rid of the Orator, which we can easily do now. All right. Banishing Light comes into play. Is he going to go after my Bronodon? This is huge. Yeah. Because I'm going to be able to draw. That was a good game. Good game. All right, let's see what we can do with this. Mono white. Nope, it's a night deck. Looks like a night deck. It must be a night deck. Okay. Because you're going to put 1/1 counters on knights, right? Well, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it now, so you don't. Unless you got a buffer. Cool. That's gotta go. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gotta go. Just because. Just because. Just because. Well, I don't want to miss a land drop, so I'll just go ahead and play that now. Interesting. Definitely gonna need more red, I think. Let's just go ahead and exile it, yeah? Let's get 3 in. It's got 1 card in hand. We got plenty to play. All right. You come in. And you come in. Then you come in. Sure. And you come in, right? Or we just wait? Let's do it now, right? Yeah, take my ram through. It's super cheap. Yeah. I think I'll do this because it's pretty good to do. Sure. So I can ram through his elite spellbinder. Pretty big hit. And he drew land. All right. Just so I can have more things popping off. I think I'll just go with this. And I mean, if he wants to, I'll do this. Okay. Yeah, the Great Hinge is, I think, a very, very good addition to this deck. It's what we needed. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Is that the mammoth? Ooh, Gruul. Now he's probably playing a better version of Gruul than ours, right? So let's go ahead and get rid of his 1/1. Why not? Yep. He definitely has those pathways. Oh, he's playing into some splash of white. That's neat. That's very neat, actually. Bring in another red. And we get to... You want to trade? Oh, I'm so down with that. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's... The brush fires are great, but if I can trade with the Love Struck, I'll take it. Take it. Because that's something that would be hard to get rid of later. Other than just, you know... Ooh. Okay, okay. Interesting. So I got an interesting play here I can do. I can do this. Yeah, I can save the ooze for later. And then we can call it there. Okay. So it looks like he's playing some kind of adventure deck, which is really nice. I need to get rid of the Innkeeper, though, as quickly as possible. And I might be able to do that on the next turn. Maybe. Depends. If he's got something that can answer this, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Well, so here's the thing. I can just get rid of these those creatures right now. I'll take the 2 points. That's a big hit. Let's end the turn there. If he doesn't have anything to answer terror, that's going to continue to be a problem for him. Especially because I can do this and this and go straight to face. Or actually these. If I get another land, I can do this. And finish him off. Okay. Okay. Do you actually have an answer? Ooh. Do you? You do have another one, don't you? Ah, yeah, baby.